Hi, good afternoon, good morning. My name is Clarice Miner. I am the owner and founder of Financial Bondage Broken, and I'm a peace and prosperity coach. So what that means is I coach men and women of God on how to obtain prosperity using God's principles and His strategies. So that our tagline for Financial Bondage Broken is actually Proverbs 10 and 22, which says, the blessings of the Lord makes you rich and adds no sorrow. So I want men and women of God to be able to reach the level of prosperity that has for us. But I want to talk to you guys about how 10 myths about debt that you may know these, you may not know these, but the myths are out there and people still, because they don't know or they're not doing the research. I want to make it easy for this information to get out there for people so that they can get access to what God has for us. So 10 myths that I've noticed that people believe, and I wanted to just bring it out there too. So the first one is debt. All debt is not equal. What that means is a maxed out $150,000 credit card is not the same as having a $150,000 mortgage, and they're not the same because $150,000 credit card is actually stressful, right? Because the interest accumulates, and if you don't pay on time, you're paying that 20 some percent interest rate every month, and it's going to go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, and it's stressful. They're calling you, and it's dropping your score tremendously. But $150,000 mortgage is actually an asset. It's increasing your net value, your net worth. So it's better to have a mortgage than to have a credit card debt. Right. So number two, checking your report does not affect your score at all. It does not affect your score at all. They want you to check your score because they want you to take action so that you don't have this debt. You don't have this debt. So make sure you're checking it. You can check it for free. Get your report for free from all three of the credit bureaus, but they charge a fee for the actual score. So check your credit score. Make sure everything is correct on there. All right. Number three, closing a credit card does not help. It actually hurts because it affects your credit ratio. And what a credit ratio is the difference between how much income you have and how much credit you're using. So closing it could decrease your score tremendously if you are don't have a lot of credit that you're using. So they want to know, they like the revolving credit. That's what builds your credit score up, and it can build it up quickly if you have a two or three credit cards that you're using and it's revolving. All right. I'm not going to get into how you can manage that thing. That's for another class, or you can just purchase my book, Breaking Chains of Financial Bondage: Steps to Creating Generational Wealth. Um, Number four, there is more than 1,000 credit calculations in the marketplace. So Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, they're not the only three. They're the top main three, but they're not the only three. For example, Check Systems. Check Systems is what the banks are using. Like Del One, that's a federal credit union here in Delaware. Citizens Bank, they use that to determine if they want to open up a checking account with you. So check system is one thing. Even car dealerships, they have their own system as well. They're not necessarily using Experian to check whether they want to lend to you. And you might be in it, so you might be wondering how you can get it's harder for you to get a credit card, but it's not as hard for you to get a car payment. That is why. All right. Number five, your score does not consist of your personal information, such as whether you're a good person or a bad person. They don't care about that. They just want to determine if, you know, determine and calculate and get the message out there whether you pay your bills on time or if you don't. That's basically what that's all about. Your credit report does not consist of questions about your gender, your gender, sexual orientation, your disabilities, your profession, your whether you're black, white, an Asian, Italian, your marital status, your military status. They don't care about any of those things. It shouldn't even be a question that a lender should be asking you, because it should not be determined whether you are those things. And if those questions are being asked, you are being a victim of discrimination. So just know those things, all right? That it's not a part of that. So you can check your score anytime you want. Another myth is that, when you get married, that does not automatically join your credit together. So if your husband has bad credit, but the wife does not, that does not mean that once you get married, her credit score is going to bring your credit score down. It's going to make it harder for y'all to make major purchases like a home together. So just simply help her or help him get their credit together so that y'all can make those major purchases and y'all can grow financially together. So men, women, don't ever let a man or men don't let a woman tell you got to get your credit together in order for us to get married. That's not the case. It does not happen until y'all making major purchases. All right. Next credit myth. Paying off debt relieves your it only relieves you of the obligation to pay that debt off. All right, because you've paid it off. But guess what? It is not. You can't stop there. You have to actually be proactive and take action on getting that off yourself. Right? Because the creditors, they may or may not take it. Let the credit bureaus know that, hey, she paid it off and please remove it from your debt. Look, you have to ask them to do it, right? In a letter, ask them to do it. And then you follow up with the credit bureaus and telling them, hey, I paid this off on this day. Here's a copy of the receipt. Please remove it from my credit report. And within 30 to 45 days, boom, that thing is going off. So you can't depend on the credit bureaus to eliminate that debt. All right. Now, those are 10 myths, 9 or 10 myths that I found that have people are still believing. And I just want to do a quick video about that and just to let people know that, hey, you have to be proactive. The Bible says my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So when they don't know what you don't know, you can't work on, you can't change. So I'm letting people know with these quick videos. So again, my name is Clarice Miner. I'm the owner of Financial Bondage Broken, and it's a financial firm that is a faith-based financial firm that teaches and coaches men and women on how to obtain the prosperity that God desires for us. He does not desire that his people live in lack and want. He does not desire that. He says that I pray that Paul, I think it was Paul that wrote in, I'm going to say Galatians, somewhere in the New Testament, that he said, I pray that your health and you're prosperous as your soul prospers. So as we go from faith to glory, it's expected that our health gets better, and it's expected that we be prosperous. God talks about prosperity. God talks about money throughout the entire Bible. It is just not mentioned in Malachi. It's mentioned throughout the entire Bible. So I've written a book. It's $15.99 on my website, which is Financial Bondage Broken. However, you can purchase it on Amazon for the same price, but you could, if you're a Prime member, you can eliminate the shipping fee. On my website, there is a shipping fee. So there is $15.99 plus shipping and handling. Breaking chains of financial bondage. I talk about trusting God with money. I talk about tithing, how important it is. I talk about managing debts. And I talk about creating generational wealth. And what I mean by generational wealth is teaching your kids how to about being a good steward. So that concludes this video. I know that it was very beneficial to you, and I just wanted to do this video because I just wanted you to know that these myths are not true. There are information out there that is not true, and I want to get the information out there that is true. So God bless you. You guys have a great week, and I will see you on another day.